Let's say hi to the 4 people who will make their final cuts tonight. Our judges. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Keith Urban. Nicki Minaj. Randy Jackson. And Mariah Carey. Let's have a good show, judges.
You know what? We'll see what happens. I mean, Mariah, what'd you think, man? What were you vibing? What were you vibing?
I've always liked you. I've always felt, I don't know, like you were a person I would invite over to my house and talk and have fun.
Oh, okay.
No, seriously, there's a quality about you that's like a real person. It didn't feel put on. That's what I like about you. It's interesting, the duality of like the entertainer in you, because obviously that's your job every day. You're doing that like the show thing. But then also there's the singer, and I personally, I didn't know the song, so I felt like a little bit of a disconnect between who I thought, what I expected, and what you gave me. That was the main thing. But I've been looking forward to hearing you sing. So
thank you.
Yes.
Anthony.
I have to be honest and tell the truth. It was terrible.
I respect your honesty. Thank you.
I mean, it really was. I mean, come on.
Okay. That's Randy's critique. I was like slightly disappointed because I didn't hear your softer voice, which is what I think won everybody over. There's a beautiful quality that happens when you're singing softly and you're doing kind of some of those runs that feel very organic to you. So I would love to hear that. Do you also play like other instruments like the sitar or anything else?
My father actually plays sitar. I play tabla. And I was actually thinking about integrating some Indian classical music. So if you let me through, we will see something. We'll make it happen. So let's make it happen.
Go free.
You already know that. All I can say is finally. Period. I heard a moment. Come on, Randy. You got to admit that. At least
Give me one moment.
There was one moment towards the end.
Half a moment?
There was a moment towards the end that was very nice. The third to the last ad-lib that he did, I enjoyed. And no, honestly, I really have been, I've been enjoying your performances. I've found them very consistent and raw and nice for this entire situation. And I do feel like maybe, I don't know why you chose this song, but I felt like you weren't really, I needed to feel you more connected to the song, connecting as you performed it. But, you know, I do think you're very talented, and I love the way you're going about your career. And I feel like, you know, regardless of what happens, you have the right plan and stuff. So keep going.
Thank you.
Nick Boddington.
Let's see what Mariah thinks, but I don't know if I was wowed. Was my issue.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Mariah.
How are you, darling? I actually love that you are a singer-songwriter and that you wanted to showcase that tonight. And I was really impressed by the audience's response to the song. You should be really happy and proud as a songwriter, I would assume, right? I mean...
Yes, thank you.
I would be the first time to sing an original song. Very, very bold choice to do that, because a lot of times it's the familiarity of the song that gets people and pulls them in, and so you didn't have that to your advantage in this thing. I would have liked to see you stay at the piano because I think it's such an intimate thing, and your song is beautiful. I really liked it, and I hope you keep writing, keep singing, whatever happens. And some of the most successful people in this industry are the songwriters, and people don't know that. So whatever happens, you have that.
Thank you.
Hey, I was intrigued by the backstory, like how you've been inspired by so many different artists from different times. And I know we had like a moment when you did the groups and you were doing a song and you had the whole ensemble that was very like, it was like a Motown moment that you had that I really enjoyed. And tonight I don't really know what I was expecting. And I know everybody wants to show off their voice, and I felt like it's not that you were holding back, you just wanted to do the song and perform it, and I feel like the crowd enjoyed it. But I have heard you like, you know, go vocally a bit more, but you know, the crowd seemed to love it, so. I I will say it. I think it's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
I felt like there were a couple moments where you kind of got lost in there, and you probably know where. Not totally lost, but there were some moments.
It's the excitement. I got a little bit lost, but I kept it.
The excitement is always going to get you. So you got to reel it in. But I mean, like, I appreciate the fact that you do have raw talent. I really do. I don't know if this is your greatest performance ever, but I think you're a talented person.
Appreciate it, Mariah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have to agree with Mr. Jackson. Yeah, the first time I saw you, I mean, they made a commercial of it. I was crying because it was so real and authentic and raw, and I think maybe the reason this was fantastic. This was like, this touched me as well, but that was a different moment. That was just an isolated moment that was very intense, and from that point on, I was rooting for you and wanting you to stay in this competition and to excel in this competition. So I hope you just keep doing you and being creative with your choices and really taking that time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Miss Burnell.
Hey. This may be totally off base, and tell me if I'm wrong, but
He will.
right before you started singing, I almost felt like you were like welling up with tears, and I looked at you and I was like, oh no, he's gonna do it to me, and then I'm gonna be an emotional mess. And I was just like, I've heard you do a stronger vocal, a more, I know you heard what you did and the performance that you gave, but I would say that there's a purity and a simplicity that comes from the emotion of your struggle and what you go through and how music brings you through that. And that's one of the things that I really love about you. And I also want to say, this is not easy, and I'm so proud of you for getting through it.
Thank you.
I'm a fan. I am.
My, how things have changed. Because sometimes they turn around, because I have enjoyed you since the very beginning, and I didn't have a problem with any of the choices you made this whole time, and so I am glad that you are still here, and I love the arrangement, and I love what you did. Of course, nothing is going to be perfect. You're out here performing in front of all these people and doing what you do best. I really think you made some very good choices, and I look forward to what's next for me.
So, we've got results. You're all set and ready to go, Mariah?
We are.
Okay. Were any clashes between the judges coming up with these results?
Like today?
What was there any debate that was going on?
Always. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a lot of talent here, so it's not easy.
Get ready. You're going to start us off here in just a second. First up to hear the news. David, it's you.
So, you heard what I said. I really appreciate the fact of how much you love music and what you've given to this competition. And I think, we all can appreciate that, because that's a universal theme. Unfortunately, it's a no for tonight. I'm sorry, but keep going.
David, thank you.
Hi, Lazara. Huh? Hello, baby. Hi. It's been tough, but it's been very good. And you know what?
What?
America's gonna get to see you. I can't believe I have to do this two-person thing. Why did you adopt me? Okay. You both started in New York together. Have you bonded through that experience?
Yeah, we've been through every round together.
Right.
Pleasure.
So it's gonna be difficult to kind of like sever this tie, and I hate to be the one to do it, but I have to. We loved your talent, both of you. Unfortunately, Gurpreet, you won't be going through, and Nick, you're gonna stay with us. So